Hey, it's Werner, and you're listening to Finding Frequency. Cross those fingers for me, please. Cross them. Just submitted a proposal, an offer after a long sales cycle, and it's been sent. And now the wait starts. Of course, there's always the negotiation, there's the questions, there's the uncertainty and the seeking of clarity. But it's been a journey, and just being able to hit this point where I can actually submit some commercials and say, listen, if you want to work together, here is some numbers. Then also the fact that I am able to loop in some of my colleagues into this project, just as beneficial. The potential of working with a former colleague and someone who I respect, also awesome. So we'll see. I always believe the right thing will happen. And of course, should I win this piece of business, it will be stressful. It's not that I'm stressful about the subject matter, but there's a whole bunch of new variables coming into play as a person who now needs to extend his team, because I've really been focusing on being a solo entrepreneur and a consultant. Now I have to rely on friends, and I have some amazing friends. And one of them is actually my wife, because I don't speak a lot about Marta's qualifications as a design consultant herself, who does a lot of the work that I do, and some of it maybe even a little bit better. But don't tell anybody, okay? The rest of the day is really focused on some really, I don't want to say menial, but more task stuff. And I have a ton of that still to do, and hopefully to complete by tonight, because I want to start tomorrow with a bit of a clean slate. I've got lots to do. And also I'm going into a live stream with a fellow South African, Joshua, and we're going to talk a little bit about reverse mentorship, which I think is going to be interesting. I was kind of seeing this term flying by, but it's apparently something not that young anymore. It's not that recent, the term reverse mentorship, but it's basically an approach where you set up younger team members to mentor older team members, and usually those older team members are more senior, more experienced. And it's kind of like a transfer of knowledge, of context, of culture, because I think sometimes when we get older, for some of us, perhaps those who are more senior and higher levels, is that there's the broadcasting downwards to other people. But then there's a complete disconnect of what's the reality of a younger audience. And the thing is, a younger audience also means younger customers, a whole new base and space for opportunity. So there is some interesting relevance in this conversation. I don't know what the caveats and potholes are, and I'm probably going to have to find out that tomorrow. I mean, like I joked with a friend of mine, Joshua is quite young. He's a youngster. He's a go-getter. He's someone who's new in the game. And I asked my friend Jens, who's the old guy in the conversation? Kind of knowing what the answer of that is. And as I joked yesterday with my friend Bill, who I caught up with, that he just hit 50 himself. And he said to me, Werner, you're not that old. So it's strange. We are hitting these 50s. And he said to me, I didn't realize, I didn't think I'm going to be living more, longer than 18 years. I said, I thought I'm going to see my ass around 21. Just shows you how things play out and how time marches on. But time is a strange thing. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time, because it's super precious. So don't forget to cross fingers. And since the start of this podcast, this is kind of a fairly big deal. Not that some of my other deals haven't been great. I mean, I've managed to secure some business as we are sharing this little Finding Frequency journey together, but this is a big one. This is and not necessarily focusing on the money, but also the project and kind of the approach to it. And it was fun up to this point. We'll see. I'll probably have to resubmit something tomorrow again, knowing the process, but it's good to be at this point. So let me stop wasting your time. Thanks for listening.